Around a year ago, my dad gave me one of the biggest responsibilities of all time when it comes to our household. Well, it is not really that important, but it is very important for our comfort and for the relaxation at the weekends. He gave me the choice of picking a restaurant that we were gonna go to with like all of our family, which is like four family members, and we were gonna eat there. And oh boy, it was a huge change because this was actually a huge responsibility. I was gonna pick what kind of a restaurant we were gonna go into and what kind of a nutritious meal we're gonna eat over there. So I began scanning around the local area what I wanted us to go to. And around half an hour later, I came with him with one of the best restaurants that I found over there. It was a nice cottage that was located by a nice dam that we used to go to on a regular basis when I was younger. And so I thought to myself that maybe this was a good choice. And when I showed it to my dad, he even said that, "Oh yeah, I remember that we used to go here at least that we are here at least once." So that was a huge plus. It was already an advantage. So the relationship factor was slowly but surely building itself up. And so it was also like 30 minutes away from our house, meaning that we could listen to some songs in our car whilst we were driving over there. It was gonna be a really good time. And so dinner finally arrived. It was around 12 p.m. and we decided to slowly but surely head out. And as we were driving there, I was just thinking to myself, is this gonna be a good place? I was so excited to actually see what is located over there, especially since we once went there in the first place, but I just didn't remember it at all because in my dad's words, I was really young. And so we sat down and we they gave us the menu. And so I the first meal that I ever picked were these ribs with this like salad thing. And when we got it, like all of us received the food. Dude, it was one of the most tastiest meals that I ever received at a new restaurant, and it was universally liked in all of with all of my family members that were present over there. It was such a nice, deserving reward. Like, oh boy, we deserved it fully, and it was just perfect. And of course, we also had some desserts, but yeah, in the end, the only thing that my parents disliked about the place was that the prices they were like a couple of euros higher than they were at other restaurants. But the meals over there basically made up for the taste when it comes to the price. So it was completely worth it in the end. And so my parents were satisfied. My dad even said that the meals over there were so tasty and the relationship factor was raising itself once again. And also, one of the cooks in there, my mom recognized him as this one cook from one of the TV stations that is very popular in our country. So that also helped the relationship factor. And then, this is unrelated to the original story, but I remember that around a couple of months later, after we went there back again, my father, he had this guy in there, knew my dad personally, and so he wanted to, like benefit us and give us a good time. So he even gave us like two of the desserts for free. Like that's just crazy, and that also added like a huge amounts of relationship factor to that original place as well. What I'm talking about is that no matter how rich you get, you always must play by this rule. Otherwise, you will never be fulfilled from the rewards that you buy for yourself. What am I talking about? Well, my friend, after a while, after you test, after you taste the finest fruits of life, it won't be about the price anymore. It won't be about how much money per month you can make. It will be about how much attached you are to the price that you're willing to pay. You see, to us, it could have been just another restaurant that we could go to. It could just be another place that we, could pick in our choices where we could go to. And that would be it. no relationship factor whatsoever. But guess what? Money and our lives will eventually come to an end. Physical things, they don't last forever. But do you know what will always outlast us as human beings? Do you know what will always outlast money? What will always outlast woman, primal desires, and all of these other stuff? That's right. It is ideas and relationships. Ideas, I mean, like in the forms of movements, for example, like we still have democracy over 300 years later because it is an ideology after all. We still have ideas about gravity, about ancient philosophy because they are ideas, right? So we can leverage this in form of stories, for example. And when I mean relationships, it doesn't have to be just, relationships with real people, but relationships to the things that they give us. So, after you get rich and after you basically acquire all of the wealth in the world and you don't need to make a single cent for the rest of your life, like you're basically retired and you don't have to do any kind of work, the things that will truly matter is the stories and the relationships that you will have with the prizes around you. Think about how much of I am attached to that restaurant right now. It is located by a dam that is really close to me. So that is a huge plus. It is located 30 minutes away from our house, meaning that it is that more located away from our house that I have time to listen to some nice songs whilst I'm driving there, which is another plus. But also, it is not that easily accessible to my local area, so that is another huge plus. And also, the people there, they're just nice. Like the staff, the waiters and stuff like that, they're just pleasant people to talk to in the first place. So that is another huge plus. And then also the meals in there, they are delicious. I mean, in what kind of a restaurant can you really fuck it up? Because if you have terrible meals, no one will go there. So those are like the five biggest pluses that build up the relationship factor. And then of course, we have the story that I just told about it, the two desserts that they gave us for free. That is a perfect example of basically having, you know, someone give something to you. Because relationships will outlast everything. Eventually, you will make the money. And the thing that will truly outlast any kind of wealth is the relationships that you build up. Because you won't be able to take money with you to heaven, but you will be able to take your soulmate there, your children there. You will be able to meet your parents there. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Fulfillment comes from true and utter work, and and happiness comes from fulfillment, and fulfillment comes from the three big desires of the human mind, which is health, wealth, and relationships. That's right. Basically, whenever you go somewhere, whether it is a vacation or a restaurant or a forest, for example, or whether you buy like a bicycle, for example, or anything where you go to adventure or to just buy something, you must always create a relationship with it. Always you must have this kind of advanced connection. You must always have this memory basically encoded in it, because otherwise you won't value the things anymore, and you'll be like that rich spoiled kid who just buys new iPhones just for the sake of it. You must go somewhere with the iPhone. You must build some kind of a memory with it. Like for example, on that iPhone, you took a photo of you and your wife, basically at your wedding ceremony or something like that. You understand? Or let's say that when you go to Pisa, for example, to see the Leaning Tower, you basically like meet a nice guy there who runs this restaurant over there. You understand? Just basically always never make the main source where you go there like I like the main thing on the stage. Always have other focuses of why you go there in the first place. Always build up a stronger relationship with the place and always form new ideas and new memories about the place. Because in the end, if you just go to Venice to see like the old city, then of course it won't be as worth it after like 5 times you go there. But if you have like a huge friend that you really like to hang around with, that lives there and runs a restaurant over there, or that works in a museum, whatever, then you'll be motivated to go there on a kind of like 3 year basis, if that makes sense. Okay? So always build a relationship with something before you get rich, and even after you get rich. Always make sure to seek new ideas, new memories, new relationships, because those are the things that will bring you true fulfillment in the long term through the money that you spend. Okay? You may realize this now because you're poor and everything that you buy makes you totally attached, but this is just a simple truth that you must keep in the back of your mind forever, because otherwise this can truly break you and you'll be like that depressed millionaire that sits on his chair and that just wonders about the purpose of his life. And you understand. I'm just explaining the psychology when it comes to valuing things and how you can leverage it to not become like the depressed millionaires that you see in the movies. Okay? If you want to join a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true blood bonded brothers with whom you can talk about any kind of topic and any kind of life story that you wish, and they will give you life advice on it like there is no tomorrow, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, harness it and join us on the path towards greatness. I know that you'll find your place in there. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you want, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement in your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee you success in the long term and in the short term by mending your mental health and bringing you on the right path, no matter what, no matter the life test, no matter the goal, then I highly suggest that you should go check out Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. It is truly something life changing, and you would be a fool to miss out, especially with the discount that is happening over there right now. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you